Hey everybody, this is Brian here. We're going to be doing part two of the top 100 favorite songs countdown, and we're starting from number 13 on here, which is So Far Away by the band Stained. We're going a little bit more recently than our last entry, which was Billie Holiday from, the Depression era and the wartime era, like World War II. Anyways, Stained is obviously much more recent. We're going into the 90s and the 2000s. Are they still together in the 2010s? This is definitely one of their songs from like the late 90s, like when they were in their heyday, making their biggest percentage of hits probably of their career. So Far Away is a fantastic song. Um, I think that it's one of those alternative rock songs that's a little bit softer, kind of akin to a song like How I Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. Like, it's one of those bands that doesn't just have to shred completely all the time or use distorted power chords and pentatonic scales on every song, pretty much. I think this song um, actually it gives Stain's catalog a little bit of a breath of fresh air because they do have a lot of songs that are distorted and heavy and depressing. Now that we're here, or not now that we're here, um, so far away, which does have the line "Now that we're here," it's so far away. Um, I think that this is one of the best songs in their catalog, along with songs like "Outside," which may come up later in the list. Anyways, yes, this is one of the more recent songs on the countdown. I'm a little bit more of a old music fan. Um, I'm only 25, but I'm a little bit more of an old music fan. Uh, Number 14 on here is going to be another more recent song. This actually might be from the 2000s instead of the late 90s, and that's Fine Again by Seether. I think that this song shows how hard of a time the speaker is having to quit whatever he's talking about. He doesn't really say whether it's alcohol or drugs. Um, but nevertheless, it kind of has that feeling of self denigration over the fact that he feels like he's kind of failed himself. He's kind of hasn't really accomplished his goal of I'm assuming sobriety. Um, and really it seems almost like he's kind of failed whoever he's in a relationship with or his family member or whoever. It just seems like he kind of doesn't feel very good about himself as a person, and everything will be fine again one day too late. That's one of the main repeating lines of the song. And I think that Seether conveys the speaker's emotions very clearly in this song. I think that that feeling of futility. Number 15 on this countdown is going to be the Red Hot Chili Peppers song "Scar Tissue." This is a song I remember. This is one of the first ones I actually remember hearing when I was a little kid. This song came out when I was, like a toddler, probably when I was 3 or 4. It came out in what, like 96, 7 or 8, I think. I remember hearing my brother playing this on his radio when we were driving in his car because he's significantly older than me. But yeah, I remember hearing him playing this and Under the Bridge. Uh, Can't Stop. Other songs by Red Hot Chili Peppers when they were really popular, along with bands like Linkin Park and uh, Nipple Sack. I almost called Nickelback Nipple Sack. Anyways, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think they're a very unique and recognizable band. They're certainly irreplaceable in the sense that they kind of, um, in the same way that Sublime does, they kind of take that combination of like rap and hip hop edge, and they combine it with alternative rock and some of those emotional solos. Like it's not just hard grungy like metal based like rock and roll. Like it's not like something imitating like a band like Megadeth or Metallica. this is the type of song that really it has its soft bits, and it also has bits where he really just lets loose and like raps almost. Uh, Number 16 on here is going to be a little bit of a change in genre, and that's going to be Lullaby in Birdland by Ella Fitzgerald. This is a song I actually have a cover of on my channel, and it was actually my first video. I love this song, and I think that it has great lyrics along with its melody. I wish I could sing at the same time as playing guitar. That way I could, sing it along with the melody. That would be pretty cool. Maybe that'll be what I'll do when my finger heals. That'll be my first video. But Ella Fitzgerald, especially when she was young, had one of the most. She had one of the widest ranges in all of music, and especially in jazz. I'm not a huge fan of bebop vocals, but this song uh, had, like do 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 shooby doo bop. I'm not really a huge fan of that. But I really think Lullaby in Birdland has one of the more uh, melodic carry throughs in her catalog. It doesn't just kind of drift off into that bebop nonsense. Number 17 on here is going to be a Tupac song. It's actually going to be a tie between several Tupac songs. I'm a big fan of Tupac. If you couldn't tell from my top 10 rap videos, rap songs, rap videos, whatever. Um, I really love Tupac. He's probably my favorite person in that genre. Um, I've liked him for years. Anyways, number number one of these songs is going to be "Shed So Many Tears," and it's tied with a song that I actually mentioned on there, uh, also, which is going to be "Smile," and those are antonyms of each other. But these are both really great songs. I think "Shed So Many Tears" shows him contemplating God and contemplating, whether there's a heaven for a gangster. I think that it juxtaposes well with the song Smile, which I believe was actually released posthumously for Tupac. Part of the first verse in there, I'm pretty sure, is actually done by a guy named Scarface. I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Tupac does have a verse in there, but I think it was uh, made with a thing that he recorded before he was unfortunately killed. Rest in peace, Tupac Shakur. Anyways, let's get on to the next artist, which is going back in time a little bit to the Zombies and Time of the Season, ironically. Time of the Season is probably one of the, I guess you would say it's one of those songs um, that sticks around and really has the longest shelf life of any of the ones I mentioned on here. Time of the Season is still played on the radio today, and it's one of the few ones on here where I would say that even though the artist is a little bit underrated and they had a couple of hits, um, uh, that this song is not underrated. This song I think gets its dues. It's one of the few ones on here that actually does and isn't underrated and kind of cast aside for how like Don McLean, for example, has great songs, but he's kind of just everyone remembers him for Bye Bye Miss American Pie, that song about the unfortunate Buddy Holly accident. Anyways, yeah, they're one of those bands that probably deserves to have more hits than they do based on their talent. Speaking of which, number 19 on here is going to be, I'm not even going to repeat that whole sentence because they're pretty much the same way, and that's Soundgarden with Black Hole Sun. Rest in peace, Chris Cornell. He, I think, died a couple of years ago. I think, was it a suicide or was it an overdose? If somebody knows that, please tell me because I'm not actually sure. But Black Hole Sun was I think it was a really unique grunge song in the sense, especially of its video being taped in black and white. Um, and I think that his range on here, I haven't heard another male singer in alternative rock besides Chris Cornell who has quite that range. who can just go between octaves, and he's just like a vocal virtuoso. And Black Hole Sun also has some awesome instrumental work. I think it's one of those songs that if I was to recommend one alternative rock song, this would probably be one of the top two or three that I recommend you check out. Number 20 on here is going to be a jazz song. It's going to be an instrumental song. It's going to be one by Erroll Garner, the piano player, and it's going to be the song Misty. This is the song that's, I think, considered his signature song. There's a great video of it that you can find of him playing pretty much like live on some public access show in the 60s. And the footage is in black and white, but it's pretty clear, and you can hear everything everything he's playing with complete clarity, and pretty much it goes between his face, so you can see the emotions on his face, which are profound, by the way. He has profound emotion on his face, and you can see he's one of those people who's like looking up at the sky, and he has just like that look, almost like he's tuned in with God, and he's just like in heaven while he's playing. There's very few artists, maybe Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who carry that same emotional investment in their playing. A lot of people are kind of numb and disconnected. I mean, as in you can't really see it in their face, even if their playing has some good emotion and shows a lot of talent. But Erroll Garner is one of those stride piano players who really, I think he really is one of the irreplaceable stride pianists, in the sense that he kind of, no one else sounds like him. Aside from his skill in playing, he also has a couple of little idiosyncrasies that are kind of memorable. For instance, he sings during his playing, and he also, another interesting fact about Erroll Garner is that he had to sit on a stack of phone books because he was kind of short in order to actually reach the piano to play. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop here for now because we've gone to entrant number 20 on this list, and yeah, once my internet stops sucking, I'll actually upload these, and yeah, we'll get on to part 3 and 4 in the following days. Thank you guys for watching. I'm happy that we've made it this far on this channel to video 80, and hopefully, that'll be just a stepping stone, just a milestone. Anyways, I love all of you guys because you're you, and you guys are the best. And remember to love yourselves because you're you, and to not wait around for anybody else to complete you, or because the music industry, this is a countdown of songs, but the music industry reinforces codependency a lot. So make sure that you're not just kind of tapping out to that standard song about, oh girl, you left me and I'm nothing without you, or, I need you, or just, it's also, there's just a total lack of independency in the music industry is the one thing I would wish they would change, between all genres, because frankly, almost all music is like that. Just kind of the in or the out of relationships. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna step out for now. You guys, love you. I'm out.